Okay, look here, we got a Canik TP9sfx. All right, doing a private class here, doing a little bit of ripping, and he brought this thing to check out. He's shooting a Glock 17 today. Just got this thing outfitted, what, 600 bucks or so?
Yep.
Roughly, with the Vortex Viper red dot, which the Vortex don't have that great a track record as far as durability and stuff goes, but as far as just actually looking at the dot and seeing what's going on and doing work with it, it's plenty serviceable. Whether or not it'll hold up, we'll see. And then he also got a pretty cool set of Talon grips here that are kind of a half rubber, half grip tape style. And I tell you what, I really enjoy them. They don't have that super grippiness of the grip tape, so when you're sliding up in or kind of drawing or moving the gun around or recoiling or reloading and stuff, you can still move around, but then when you actually have a grip on the pistol, it really locks in and feels really good. So I'm really digging these Talon grips. And then the kind of piece that makes this thing quite a bit different here is this Freedom, what's it called?
Freedom Smith.
Freedom Smith trigger. So Humble Marksman just did a review on this gun. And he was saying how after he put this trigger in here, it became a whole different animal. The Caniks and the Walther clones obviously have super good triggers, kind of a light trigger that just kind of rolls through, and it's just an awesome trigger. This trigger is different than any striker fire trigger I've ever shot. I mean, it is some serious shit. I don't know what it is, but it's kind of got a hard wall to it, but it's a break, and I mean a wall and a break. And as soon as you start to kind of feel into it a little bit and feel it, you can do some work with this thing. I shot a group from 10 yards that was an inch, inch and a half, and I just kept shooting the same hole over and over and over and over and over again while we zeroed this optic. So I'm going to take some shots with it and just kind of give you my first impressions of the gun, or second impressions of it. Obviously, we zeroed it. We kind of checked it out earlier. All good here in frame and everything.
Yep.
So I'm just going to kind of let her rip a little bit here. I got a target that's about 10 yards away. I'm going to send a couple of pairs into it, and then we'll just kind of rip a bill drill into it, and then I'll put a group into the head. So then we'll look at the target. So okay, so just kind of eating out the A zone. Really, the trigger is just something. It's something else. I don't know if I love it or hate it. It's wild, but you can do work with it. I'm serious. For a competition pistol, kind of a carry optics rig, the magwell's a little small, but they give you these badass base plate, big 20 round mags. I feel like I could get slick with it pretty quickly. It's a little small on the magwell side. It's a little top heavy. It's a little bit hard, you know, sprung hard, but man, for the money, you throw one of these triggers in here, you can start doing some work with this thing. And I've shot like, what, 25 rounds before these rounds?
Yep.
So I'm gonna do this, kind of a bill drill.
Take a step back.
Take a step back. All right, ready? Okay, for 10 yards, ripping the trigger on a gun that I don't know anything about. That's fairly solid. I've got one down low, but I'm telling you, I could send this pistol for sure. So what I'm going to do is stick her in here real quick in this this holster, and I'm going to load up a couple of rounds. Maybe I'll edit this part out, but I'm going to load up one more magazine and just kind of fill this target in a little bit so it looks like something, and kind of show you guys just how I'm just impressed with this thing. I'm going to shoot a group with it, and I guarantee at 10 yards here on this target, I can eat the freaking A-zone out of the head like nothing. And I can probably do it fairly fast. It's the trigger is way different than anything I'm used to, but it's immediately comfortable. And that's saying something. Now, I'm not a trigger snob or a gun snob. I mean, I like anything that you put in my hands as long as it you know, if it goes off, I guess. I'm pretty well good to go with it. But I already kind of like the Caniks and the Walthers and stuff. So this thing is actually kind of It's talking to me. I don't think that I would trade it for my G17, but I'm telling you, for $600 for a competition pistol right out the gate with this trigger and stuff in here. How much was the trigger?
$60.
Shit. Okay, so another ripper. Ten yards, 10 yards. Okay, now a group into the head. I think we're still a little right on that 0. Yeah, we're still a little right on that 0. And I'm getting a little bit of glare, like big time, but awesome. First shot on the group, I was aiming way too low, and obviously we're still right on that 0. We were playing with 0 earlier. We just kind of got it close enough and went with it. But like I said, I'm at about 10, maybe even 11 yards there. There's all those shots just shredding. Obviously, like I said, the 0 is right, so that's why I'm just favoring there. But a gun that I've shot that many rounds through, just sending rounds into the, I mean, it is a true testament. And if you look at this target up here real quick, this is where I zeroed it from about 12 to 15 yards earlier. And this is a group that I shot from about 12 yards with it earlier. It was back clear at them barrels, so
13, 14 yards.
It was amazing. So for a gun that you're completely unfamiliar with, for a $600 unit, that thing is freaking awesome. I think it's a winner. It's a little top heavy, it rocks a little bit more, it's a little bit sprung heavy, so you can feel it kind of going, bouncing down. It feels like it's a little bit higher bore axis. I can't feel it kind of riding over my hand like a Glock, but the shots are there right out the gate. So I think it's a really viable option for you guys, especially you guys trying to jump into carry optics and just kind of poke around, or if you want an extra fun gun for the price of it, you can't beat it. So take her easy.